the fight between US, Iran, Israel is not going to stop. In fact, it will continue. But the thing is that from now to November this year, I expect to have some kind of change. What do I mean by that? Hi, Leslie Khoo here. The US has said that it has won, has done what it needs to be done, the objective, so on and so forth. And Iran also say that, well, it's not, there hasn't been any discussions, any significant deals that has been made, so on and so forth. So that's why I say the fights, the conflicts between these three countries will go on, right? And the US has told or asked Iran to open up the Strait of Hormuz before it is willing to talk to Iran. But the thing is that from Iran's perspective, they will say, well, you must give me something first before I remove the blockage. And at the same time, Iran also asks the US to guarantee that this attack from the US or Israel will not happen in the future. Then they will talk. But the thing is that if history were to tell us something, there's no such guaranteed about non-attacks or whatsoever from the US or NATO. You can do a Google search. The member of NATO's in the 90s, at that time, NATO promised Gorbachev that it will not move eastwards. And do a search and look at the NATO member today. You will get the idea. So, the fights will go on, but there is slight change in terms of who will be on the front page of the news. Okay, now let's look at the US. The midterm is coming in November. Yes, the relation between the US, Israel, and the Israeli network is important to the US politicians. But the midterm is also important because the result, the outcome of midterm in November will decide whether the US president will be having nothing to do or can continue do what he wants to do for the next 2 years. So it's very important. That's why I don't think President Trump will sacrifice the midterm and continue to be on the front page of the fights of the news. So, US will, I believe, the US will withdraw, will step back so that the Republicans can have something to say to their voters, their supporters during the midterm campaign. But the thing is that because of the relation between the US and Israel, the US will continue to support Israel's operations on Iran. And this is why moving forward, you will see US kind of behind the scene. But if you look at the details, the support will likely to continue for Israel. And the thing is that for Israel, for sure it will not step back and say that, well, okay, let's take a break. Let's do it after the US midterm elections. No, it's not going to do that. It will not like, oh, let's take 5, sit down, rest, and after US elections, let's launch missiles, let's bomb Iran again. No, that's not going to happen. This is not what military operations to be executed. Israel will become the front page, the headline of the news. It will continue to do what it wants to do with the US support behind the scenes. So that's why I say that the attacks on Iran, the missile, the launching missile towards Iran, destroy the facilities, the infrastructure of Iran will continue. And on the other hand, Iran, of course, will also retaliate, will also launch attacks on Israel, and as well as the US assets, military assets in the region. That's why I say the fights will not end, despite that the US will step back in the run-up to the US midterm elections. So the only change is Israel will be the front page, US behind the scene, but continue to support in terms of weapons, in terms of resources. And Iran will continue to do whatever it has to do to defend itself. So that is the scene, the slight change in the scene from now till November. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.